swing it without having to look at it. Like, your body knows where this is. You don't need to look to check it. Otherwise, you'll always have to look and check it. You'll never trust yourself. So you'll always have to check your golf swing. And you can't have a mirror or a video camera on a golf course. So I'm not saying don't use mirrors for certain things, but we've got to learn to trust our bodies. So the first thing we've got to do is we've got to realise what we've got to use for a golf swing. How do we know what our capability is? How do we know what's there to be used? Okay, because as soon as I instruct my body to swing a club a certain way, I don't really know what I'm capable of because I'm telling my body what to do. So there could be a lot of stuff that I'm capable of using that I'm not. And then I might be not realising it, but I'm putting myself in a position that my body's not really comfortable with because it didn't put me there, I did, consciously. So, if you had to think about how you moved, you wouldn't move around very fluidly. You'd have to be checking everything, you'd be like robotic. And that's how a lot of us swing golf club. And it's not really that comfortable. And we're all putting too much effort in. So, what we're going to do is we're going to find out how to swing with weight. Now, this makes it the hardest game probably on earth. Okay, because it's not just a weight, it's got loft. That's what makes this game difficult. Okay, because it's not a straight face. It's not like cricket or tennis where the bat's straight. It's got loft on it, and guess what? You've got 14 clubs with different loft. So how can you possibly make the same golf swing? Because you've got 14 different clubs. So your body's got to be able to adjust to the golf club. So we've got to use our awareness. We've got to heighten our awareness, attune ourselves to this, and your body will know. It'll know where down is, it'll know where up is, it'll know where right is, it'll know where left is, it'll know where closed is, it'll know where open is. If it knows those things, you can start to orientate yourself and navigate yourself with your golf swing. So we've got to learn where that is first, because this golf club does not move itself. We move it. So we've got to recognise how we're moving, that opens it, closes it, swings it up, swings it down. And this golf club does not need you to help it. Okay? All your golf clubs have got a really sharp edge. And that is so you can hit down and hit the ground and put the sweet spot. And look at that. Look at the loft on that club. How do I hit the middle of the golf ball? I've got to do that. Just to get the sweet spot on the ball, I've got to do that. If I do that to try and help it, I'm not getting energy to the golf ball. I'm not, because this is made out of rubber. So it bounces. When it bounces, it compresses. You're squashing it. That squashes, and then when you're doing that, you're doing the job of the ground with your club head. You're squashing it. If I'm doing this, I'm not squashing it. Okay, so we've got to learn how do we squash it. So I want you to take the club in your right hand, and all I want you to do is just swing it from side to side like that. Cool. And if you look around, you'll notice I've given you the same instruction and everybody's doing it different. Okay. Now, some of you are striking the ground, some of you are swinging it in the air, some of you are thinking about it, some of you aren't. Some of you are using your wrist, some your elbow, some are doing this. Okay, some are doing this, everyone's doing it different. Okay. So what we've got to find out first is what should we be feeling? Okay, because you might not be using your wrist at the minute, but think you are. You might not be using your elbow, but think you are. You might not even be aware. So what I want you to do is just use your wrist. Can you just flick this club back and forth with the wrist? Just in the air, so there's no ground contact. Now, some of you might be doing this. Okay, and some, can you open and close the face? Can you open it and close it? That's it. Right, just get the grip on it for me. Just open it and close it like that. So it's like open and closed. Good. One sec. One sec. Just keep your grip on it for me. Hold it nice and firm. Let it open and close. Okay. So just like a door, you're opening and closing it. That's it. So just the wrist. Keep your grip. Just your wrist, not your arm. Just your wrist. So, pull. So you can open it on the way down. Yeah. So you're just rotating the shaft. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. He's got it right. Okay. He's got it right. Okay. That's not because there's a right way to swing. It's just I said just use your wrist. That's all. And this is where body awareness is important, because if someone said to you, use your shoulder, and you used your knee or your foot, you think using your shoulder, how are you going to, what are you doing when you're trying to make a golf swing? You're thinking, I've got to use my arms here, I've got to, our body is, our body map is all skewed. Body doesn't really know where it is, and we don't know, because we're telling it to do things and we're using the wrong parts. So now, use your left hand and just open and close it like that. Can you do the same thing?
Really?
Okay. And golf's a game that needs two hands. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. Just put that club down where you are now, so you know where you stood. Go back and get your 7-iron and come back. Because the only thing that's moving this golf club are your wrists. If you can't feel where your wrists are, how does the body know where the club is? Because you might be telling yourself to close the club face, and you might not be closing it. And then something else is having to close it. You don't realise it. But there's another part of your body that's having to, because your body's clever. So your body realises we've got to close this club face, but if you're not doing it with your arms and your wrists, you'll be using something else. And then, oh, I can't turn my body on. Suddenly I can't shift my weight. I can't do it. You're not having trouble shifting your weight or turning the golf swing. It's because you're not using something else that probably should be doing its job. So your golf swing's not broken. There's nothing to fix. It's just you've got to recognise how to let the body use itself. So this is now going to test you. 7-iron in your left, wedge in your right. If anyone gets this right, I'll be amazed, right? So there's a free lesson with Belty if you get it right. free six lesson.
Watch everyone get it right.
Right. Okay. Using your wrist, these clubs have got to travel together. I'll show you first. No, don't start yet. You've got to open and close them. They've got to do the exact same thing. So if you were to stop them, they're identical. Okay. And then on the way through, look, no looking, and you stop, and they're doing the same thing. Look, they're in parallel. Look. And you could stop them, and they're doing the same thing. Okay, without looking. Because remember, you can't see it in golf. It's travelling too fast. You don't use your eyesight in golf. It's a blur. The club spends most of its time behind you, and when it's in front, it's too fast to see it. So when you're checking your golf swing and doing all this, you're doing something you can't do in a golf swing. So you're detraining yourself, you're de-skilling yourself. Okay, we've got to up your skill level, enhance your level of awareness, and then you can start to use your body like you do in everyday life. Now, the left stays out, so the left on the way back, left hand clubs are parallel, so the left is outside, so not underneath, not that way, not underneath, outside on the way back, the left. Yeah. Let me see what you do, guys. Is there a free lesson from Alex? He can sleep tonight because no is the answer. Right? He's back. Okay. So you might think you're doing this, and none of you are doing that. Okay. Some of you are doing this. You only have to look around at each other, and the answers are with everyone else, not you. Okay. Because you'll start to look at people and you'll go, geez, look what he or she's doing. Oh my God, that's there, or they're using the shoulders. Some of you are doing this, as if you're scared to move it, as if you've got to be tension, really tight and tense to control it. Some of you are doing that. Can you twist and open the clubs just like, that's it. And can you use your wrists and your elbows? Look how soft the elbows are. So let the club face twist, yeah, you've got to twist it. So the shaft has to rotate, that's it. So the toe, see the toes are pointing up?
Yeah.
Now swing them pointing the other way. That's it. Good. Yeah. Twist it. There you go. And you might find that one hand does it all right, but the other hand doesn't. And guess what? In your golf swing, the one that's not doing it interferes, and you get something in between. You get a hybrid. Your arms, they're transferring the energy to the club. So what you're doing is you're just learning to transfer energy to the club. And then this is enough, of course, to hit the ball, just with a wedge, a decent distance. Don't need the body there. But if I want to use my body, okay, I'm not going to try and do this. So I've already got that. If you were trying to throw a ball and go further, you don't try and do that more. I hope you don't. Okay. You do this. You go down and up. So once I go down and up, don't worry about striking, missing the ball. Your body knows where this is, remember. Okay, you don't need to look. Once I go down and up, I'm going to get more speed. You're going to get more distance. And if you strike it better than that, and now if I get a decent strike, I'm going to compress it, you know, like I was talking about at the beginning. Get that club striking down, then you get more distance. I made the same swing, I just improved my strike by compressing the ball. But I wasn't trying to think of a golf swing there. I was letting this swing, and look, that creates a circle, and I was going down and up, and look, the circle remains. And if I've got both hands on this, look what happens to my shoulders. They turn. At no point am I thinking of doing this. Turning. As soon as I start thinking of turning, starting to putting the club there, starting doing this, I can't move anymore. And I can't swing that. So I've got no distance, I've got no power, I have to try and put more effort in. Most of us are in this boat. Okay, so we've got to learn how to feel the golf swing, feel our body swinging a club. So I'm just going to take you through that process. We're not going to hit divots or I'll never be allowed back again. So what I want you to do is find some space. I want you to move as little as possible, but just use your wrists and your forearms. Look at that, your elbows. I'm not even twisting my body, look. I'm not even trying to twist, I'm just letting the club swing. And notice it creates like a nice little half circle. Lovely. So now you've got a weight that you're swinging up, and then you're letting gravity do its job. And all you're doing is helping it. Lovely. Brilliant. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to learn to twist our body. So all I want you to do is swing your arms and let them go so soft that they just slap against your body. One slaps against your back, slaps against your stomach like that. And I want you to feel your ankles twisting. To do it, twist your ankles. Notice how that twists your hips and that swings your arms.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Good. Use your ankles a bit more. Let's see those ankles rotate. Because your feet are creating energy with the ground and the ankles transfer the energy. If you're not using your ankles, you're going to struggle to use your hips. So now I want you to let your shoulders go with it. Now, keep your head, just look forward and keep your head looking forward and rotate round your head, round your spine. So now you can feel yourself twisted. Use your feet to swing your arms. So feel the twisting of the ankles and that swings your arms. Can you feel that? That's how you get speed. All I want you to do is start with your feet together, and I just want you to twist your ankles and just make half swings with your ankles. And let the golf club swing up and down. So look at where the club is. It's swinging up and down in front of me like this, but I'm twisting. So the club should go up like that, so it's nice and light. That's it, feel it light. And then it's the other way, on the other side now, nice and light. Both, that's it, up and down, it's like a whip. That's it. Excellent. So just straight up and down in front of you like that. Does that feel different? It might not, okay. But it's coming from a different place. It's coming from your ankles. Now I want you to stand wider. And now I want you to do the same thing, twisting through your ankles. And notice what your body does to use your ankles. What do you feel happening? You're turning, yeah, but what's everyone doing now?
Shifting the weight a bit.
Everyone's shifted the weight. You can't really push off. You can't use your ankle. Your body knows how to use its ankle. If you want to use your ankle, your body knows how to load and unload. Okay? You don't have to tell your body how to do that when you're walking. So, feet closer together, just a bit closer, so it's inside your shoulders. And now, start to let your hips twist. And let the club swing up and down. Feel that, feel the wrists snapping back and through. Wrists are cocking and uncocking. You feel the weight of the club. And you're twisting. That's all you're doing, but the club's swinging in front of you. I want you to twist to your left. Notice where your weight goes. This way. Yeah. Notice what your ankle's done. Notice where your weight's gone. Notice how much you turn your hips. This would be an amazing impact if you've all got ear impact. Okay, now twist to your right, twist back. Notice what you do to your ankle. Notice where your weight went to go right. Okay. Now twist to your left again. Okay, notice where your weight is in your right foot. It's probably on your toe or somewhere like that, and it's probably in your ankle or your heel on your left foot. Might even be on the outside of the foot. Okay, great, that's perfect, inversion. So now, I want you to go the other way. Now push off your left toe, and that twists you back. And then you can twist around your right ankle. Different feeling? So we can get over 30 degrees of rotation from your ankle. We only need 35 in a golf swing of hip rotation. So you're getting it all from your feet. Okay, so now, feeling that rotation, I want you to go from foot to foot and notice where your pressure's going. From heel to toe, toe to heel. Can you feel that? Perfect. Right, now we're going to get a bit complicated, right? So, now you've got this twisting, I want you to swing your arms in front of you like this, like walking. And I want you to twist your shoulders to swing your arms. Perfect. Look at that. So, what's actually swinging your arm is you swinging your shoulder back and forth. That's what swings the arm. So if you twist your shoulders, so a knockout punch in boxing would be with the right hand cross, like lead cross, they'll be pulling the left shoulder back. You get some leverage from the shoulders. In golf, it's the same thing. So your left shoulder goes back, your right shoulder goes through, and it swings your arm. Then that's it. Now you've got your arm swinging. Brilliant. Now, I want you to use your feet to twist your hips to help you. And it throws your arms back and forth. It's dancing, yeah, it is. One of my mentors used to teach Lee Westwood and got him ballroom dancing. Now you've got your arms swinging, you've got your shoulders moving, you've got your wrists working, you've got your ankles, your hips. Pick up your 7-iron. Just in the air, no ground contact, that's interference, that's noise that your brain doesn't need. It needs to feel swing weight. So don't put the club on the floor like you're trying to address a golf ball, because that's the old version of you. We're not playing a golf shot yet. We've got to avoid that person. So now, swinging the club, but it's got to come from the feet and the ankles. It moves the hips. That twists your shoulders, that swings the arms, that swings the club head. Back and through. Is that a different feeling?
Yep.
And if you let your wrists go a bit freer, up and down, let the club swing up and down, it does not need you to make a circle, this golf club. It needs you to let it go up and down. You're going to start to let the club drop. Like this. There's lag. There's a swish on the way down. Can you swish the club on the way down and through? Can you swish it on the way back? But can you use your ankles to swish it? And then, doing this, I want you to keep going. And when you feel the momentum's right, I want you to finish with a crescendo into a final follow through. So what you do is you let the wrist snap, you'll feel the weight of the club, that whip, and it takes you to a finish, and hold your finish. See where you go. And hold your finish. Because your body is talking to you, if you listen to it, it's telling you how it wants to be at the finish with your foot, your ankle, your hips. So what do you feel in your lead foot, in that left foot and ankle? What do you feel in that hip? What do you feel with your body? Where are you facing at the end? Where's your weight? And most importantly, can you stay there? Or do you have to increase the tension? If you have to increase your tension, we don't hold a follow through. Okay, you don't hold movement ever. You stay in balance. You just stay there and just watch it. So can you make a finish that's effortless and just stay there? That's beautiful. Yeah. If not, then we're not moving right. If we're not, we're doing something wrong. If not, we're not using our body. If we were applying that method to anything else in life, we'd not be able to walk. That's fantastic. And then follow through into a finish. And now I'm going to test you. Can you let the club rest on your shoulder? This is a test. Can you let it rest on your shoulder at the end? Now, can you let the club, just find your finish. Now, just tap your back foot on the floor. Can you tap it? Good, we've got a weight on our leg. Your hips need to rotate that way more. That's it. So bring your right knee to your left knee if you're feeling off balance. Slide your foot up. Slide your right back foot. There you go. Put your knees together. No, bring it forward. That's it. Perfect. That's it. That's the thing. Push your hip forward. Push your hip forward. There you go. Good. So now you're balanced on your left leg. Can you let the club just fall? Think of a seesaw. The club and your shoulder to seesaw, and can you let the club just drop in front of you and just feel the weight? Good. Okay. Now I want you to make a full swing. Let that golf club swish and just fall down the shoulder and feel the weight at the end. And you do that, or does your body increase in tension? Some of you can, some can't. Okay, so some of you don't like to let go of tension. Okay, that's normal. Okay, but we're playing golf with a bit of anxiety then, a bit of fear. So we're trying to control this and we're a bit scared. You don't realise it, it's subconscious, okay? But your nervous system's not quite comfortable with you letting go. So we've got to let the nervous system feel comfortable and then it'll let us move however we want. So when you follow through, guys, I don't want to see this. That's you trying to control the golf club. That's you not being, you're not really comfortable, you're controlling, manipulating. Can you do this? And you just let it fall and just drop in front of you. Down your chest. Don't throw it off your chest at the end. Let it fall down your chest like that. Do it again, follow through. Now, hold it there. Just let your elbow fall. Because this is not your follow through, guys. Okay, that might be a pose at the end for a particular shot, but if you throw a ball, you don't stop prematurely. There might be certain throws, but that's task specific. Okay, that's relative to the shot you're trying to play. If you're just swinging a golf club like this, I should be seeing this, because ultimately I'm seeing you just let your chain go. So can you just, that's brilliant, just let that golf club at the end do this. I'm not saying you're going to swing a golf club like this. These are exercises, guys. Everyone, a lot of us, right, have been to the gym and you'll have done exercises in the gym, right? Bicep curls, stuff like that. You don't go round moving like you do in the gym. Okay, all these exercises contribute to a very functional system, and that system is adaptable, and you let everything, all those triceps and pull downs and stuff you do, make you stronger as a system. So don't isolate these movements, let yourself go to the finish and use what you've got to let the club drop. There should be no control, just let it fall. That's brilliant. Notice how the arms, the elbows, look, they just fall by the rib cage. Look, they just splay by the rib cage, they fall and the club can drop. So what you're feeling now is you're feeling the golf club lag. So lag is the one thing that every golfer needs and most golfers don't have. And they're all fighting for it. And they're fighting by trying to create it unnaturally. So we want this, we want that whip. And guess what? Your body then turns into that carousel. It turns into those flying chairs that just throw the club. And that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, your body needs to know how it needs to feel the club strike the ground. We're going to learn how to use the ground. Now, when you're walking, what enables you to walk is, as well freely, is your arm swing. Okay, walking without that, you can do it, but it's not very efficient. Okay, we've got arms, so we might as well use them. We've got a golf club. This is to help you move, not hinder you move. Okay, so we've got to use this weight to counterbalance the body. And you create a lot of speed and you'll stay balanced. But your body needs to know what it feels like to strike the ground. Just like when you walk, your body needs to know what it feels like to strike the ground. It lets you do it. Heel and toe and push off. People, you'll notice, if people get really, like, you'll notice some people who've had issues, or maybe really, really elderly, I'm talking very elderly people, end up like that. We're swinging a golf club like this, because we daren't push off, we daren't unweight. We've got to let the body unweight. But the danger about unweighting, guys, is that you're going to be going up. And all golfers are trying to stay down. But by staying down, I'm doing this. When I go up, I can throw the club down. So when I go up, I throw the club, and that's where you're getting power. If I try and stay down and cover the ball, or stay down, keep my head down, keep my chest down, so I get a strike, you're switching your power off. Okay, so we've got to learn to go up, but strike the ground. So once your body knows that you can go up, but you can strike the ground, it's a totally different feeling, and it unlocks a lot of movement, because that's going to allow you to use your kinetic chain. Because if I don't allow my body to go up, I'm stuck. So we've got to just learn to strike the ground. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the rough and we're going to have some fun making some divots. The first thing we've got to do is let our body know what the leading edge is. Okay, that's that sharp thing at the bottom. Yes. Okay, so that's like a knife, and we've got to slice into the floor. So all I want you to do first, okay, before you try it, take it with your left hand. Because can you do it with either hand first? Otherwise, you don't know which hand you might be able to improve it just by improving the feel of one hand or the other. So can you swing back halfway and dig into the floor? What a lot of you are trying to do is you're trying to keep a club face square. Now, watch this. If I rotate this club, I've got to let this club rotate, guys, because if I let this club rotate, it lets me rotate in a swing, and then that's what squares it up. So my movement counterbalances this movement. I don't need to try and keep this thing square. That's where problems start. Okay. So I want you to dig the toe. So that's the toe, the end there. I want you to dig that into the floor in front of you. Can you turn it and twist it in? Yes. Yes. Can you turn the toe into the floor? Good. Brilliant. Okay. Not like this, not square. I want you to twist it. Twist that shaft. And if you hold it out in front of you like this, guys, think of it as a motorbike. I know it's not quite the same, but you're twisting it like a motorbike handle. That's good as well. What's your name? Sorry?
Josh.
Josh, that's very good.
Thank you.
So you should be able to let the arm twist into the floor. Okay, just pick it halfway. You don't have to do a big swing. I know it's not easy. It's a bit heavy. Good. Okay, now I've used your non-dobbing on a purpose. Now put both hands on the club. Can you just bury the toe into the floor? Brilliant. Yeah. Very good. Now you see that divot you're making? Can you make it? Can you keep striking the same place and dig down into that divot?
I've just had 10 kittens.
It stood behind me with dagger eyes.
Okay, good. Right, now we're going to add a bit of speed to this. So everybody hold the club like this.
Which hand? Left.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Okay, we're not using it. So hold the club like this, put your feet together, hip width apart. Can you push yourself back? Like that. Can you rip the grass back? And notice where you go when you're pushing off the floor. You're going up. Okay, now this is probably the most important force you're creating in the golf swing, because guess where this golf club's going? It's going down and forward. And where are we going? back and up. And what happens is, the net result is that you stay balanced. You stay in the middle. It looks like this. Because you've got a force pulling you and you're pulling it, and it looks like a golf swing. Looks like that. But you're not creating the golf swing the way it looks. Okay? So, now, this is your challenge. You're going to swing back. You're going to push back and rip the grass and take that divot, watch. You do that. Be careful who's in front of you, because there could be some flying divots. So you might need a shower when you get back. Can you push back? But I want to see a divot. I don't want. That's it. That's fantastic. Can you bury the club into the floor and you're going back? Look.
Yeah.
So what you should be able to do, and be careful, because we are moonwalking now, like Belty was alluding to. Watch this, I'd be going back, watch. So I'll be going back, 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 and look, it's the same. It's consistent. See if you can do that.
No.
That's good. Very good. Okay. Now notice what going back does as well, guys. It's okay. This is your brakes. It's your braking system. Notice you're all balanced. You're pushing off fast, lots of force, but you're balanced because your toes are your accelerators and your heels are your brakes. When you walk, your toe pushes you off and then your heel brakes you. Same in your golf swing. So that's what we're going to be using. Now, not in a golf, you don't have to jump in a golf swing. Okay, what I want you to do now, make sure there's no one in front of you. I want you to swing and take a divot. I'll do one here and finish in your follow through and let the club drop. Can you do that? There should be a divot.
Oh, yeah.
You should be able to feel yourself pushing off the floor and taking a divot. That is fantastic. What's your name?
Me?
Yes.
Mo.
Mo. You just check Mo again. Watch this. So now Mo can take divots. Go on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
Go on.
Look at that.
Mo!
Now that's a different golf swing, isn't it?
Move over.
Does that feel a different swing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to make one divot there, and one divot there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Can you make 3 divots? One back in your, without moving your feet, feeling where those divots are. One back, one further forward, and then one further forward. And if you can, fantastic, because now what you're controlling is you're controlling the bottom of your golf swing. Yeah. And guess what you're doing? Notice what you did to make the divot go further forward. You move what? Hips. You move your body weight. So your body's getting used to moving. So if you're used to hitting the ground before the ball, guys, this is important because most of you are doing it. I can see without even knowing you, without even seeing your golf swings. Okay, on the range. Thin and heavy. Okay, early release stuff. Okay, you don't have to live with that. Okay, because if you can move your divot from back there to there to there, you can control how you're striking the golf ball when you're on the mat up there. So hitting it fat, hitting it thin, it's not an illness, right? It's not a lifelong illness, right? It's something you can change really quick. But everyone comes to the range doing the same thing and having the same problems every week. And you can change it like that, but you need to get in the real world here first and then take it into that artificial world, which is the mat. But it's very important as long as you know how to control yourself, regulate yourself on that mat. So it's important if you do come out here, these are probably the least used, I can 100% guess that these are probably the least used bays and they're the most used, and these are the best. But I'm not suggesting you take divots there, but you could maybe go over there somewhere, I guess, in there. But Alex might let you do that if you speak to him nicely.
Or not.
And you could, I'm not saying take divots all day long and dig, but go and test. Can you do that? And you don't have to take massive divots. You could just go like that. 1, 2, 3. Great. Now I can move my... Now I might not even go and use a 7-iron. I might just go and use a wedge and just practice bouncing my club off the mat in different places. And then I'm going to put a ball down and I'm going to hit a ball. And guess what now? That gives me some feedback. So I'm going to feel where I struck, I'm going to feel where I hit the mat, and I'm going to feel how I struck the ball. And if it's not where I want it to, I can do something about it. And I can change that stride. And then there's no point you going to your 5-iron or your hybrid or whatever until you can do this. Because you're writing checks you can't cash at the moment because you're going to something that you don't have control for, and you're ramping up the speed, and the body's just not going to know where it is. And we live in this perpetual state of chaos and not knowing what we're doing, and we're trying to make some sense of it, and there is none. So we don't feel like we've got a golf swing. It's just something we can't control. You can 100% control your golf swing because you can 100% control how you move. So if you can do this, you're going to the driving range with more precision behind your movement. It's called action perception. So you're going to be moving the way you want to move, okay? And it's not once have we said, it's just divot. He's got a divot in his rod in his ear. You've had your tea now already.
Yeah, really.
That's just thrown me completely. So, forgot what I was going to say, but it doesn't really matter.
Sorry.
No, what I was going to say, sorry, was we have not talked about where that club should be once. We've not talked about how your grip should be. We've not talked about how you stand. But guess what? You gripped it good enough to do it. You stood good enough to do it. You stood in a way to let you move, and you struck the ground. So you're already gripping it and standing and doing everything you need to do to a golf shot without even thinking about it, because you've done it. If I put a ball there, so you've all got a ball, find some space, line up, hit it out the rough, off the semi-rough, down the range. Can you hit the ball and then the divot? Now, I'm going to ask you to do one thing before you play your golf shot. You make a practice swing, so we're going to go up here and do it, and you take a divot with your practice swing, and then you play the shot with the ball and see if you can take a divot with the ball as well. That's your challenge. You got one ball, no more, like on a golf course, you got one shot, so prepare for your shot. You've only got one ball. You've got one ball, so have a swing first. Can you take a divot first? Feel comfortable taking a divot. When you feel comfortable, then have a go with your ball. Very good. Now remember, feet, ankles, hips. Divot. Let's see that divot. Go on, Mo, that was good. Can you take a divot? And then play your shot, guys. Once you feel comfortable with the divot, play your shot, and can you take the divot with the shot? Well played.
Oh.
It was good, it went up in the air, it's good.
Yeah.
But you took a divot, you see.
I didn't see.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome, well done.
Wow. That was miles better, wasn't it?
So, just give me some feedback. How did that feel then?
Really good.
Like you're whipping the ball at the bottom. Do you feel a difference? Feel?
I got mine there. I saw the divot.
Awesome.
The ball.
What did you feel?
Good. I saw the divot, but not the
Hit
ball.
the sweet spot.
Sweet spot.
Compression. Just felt really good.
Different feeling, yeah?
Definitely. I never used to get them up in the air like that.
The ball.
Yeah, I saw the divot go, but I missed
And I
the
saw
ball.
you follow through. You had a follow through now for the first time. That was good. How did that feel?
Yeah,
Different?
yeah, different. Compressing the ball down.
Bit different, guys.
Yeah, clean.
Clean. What did you feel? Did you get a divot?
Yeah.
Awesome. Different feeling, yeah?
Yeah, like relief, like freeness, no holding on, or it's just, yeah, instead of trying to force it, it's miles different.
So guys, what you're doing is you're letting yourselves move. Now I'm just going to walk, so I don't want to be. I'm going out for dinner, so I don't need my dinner yet. Don't need a divot. But what I want you to do. Notice how you feel now. Okay. So he just said loosey goosey, but notice how you feel. You're all smiling. right? You're all smiling and you feel happy and you're feeling something you've not done before and you're feeling a bit more proficient. You're feeling, oh, that's good, I could use this. Why not just do that before you practice every time? And then you're in this physical state now, mental state as well, to go and hit some shots. And now you're actually going to get more out of your body and you're going to learn something from your golf shots.
Who's actually excited to hit balls now?
Yeah.